Hello, I am your instructor for this course, Eric Kaufman. What we are going to be working through this website course is looking at two of the early European settlements in North Carolina, the Spanish Fort San Juan, which was built in the mid-1560s, and then about 15 or 20 years later, the English Roanoke settlement, also known as the Lost Colony. Both of these settlements failed. We'll be looking at each one and seeing why its history and why it failed. Today, what we're really going to be digging into is the building, the location, and the failure of the Spanish Fort San Juan. Where was Fort San Juan located? Fort San Juan was built in present-day Morganton, North Carolina, in the shadows of the Blue Ridge Mountains. It was built just outside of the Mississippian cultural settlement of Jorah. The creation of Fort San Juan. Spanish conquistador Juan Pardo was tasked in late 1566 with finding an overland route from Santa Elena, which is located on present-day Parris Island, South Carolina, to settlements in present-day Mexico that were mining silver and gold. This was due to a geographic error. They believed from previous expeditions that the Blue Ridge Mountains were the front range of the Rocky Mountains and that Mexico was much closer than it actually was. As Juan Pardo and his 125 men marched north and west, they encountered heavy snowfall around present-day Morganton, North Carolina. It is in Morganton that they built a blockhouse with possibly a palisade and moat and set up a garrison of 30 men. Juan Pardo named the fort after himself as Fort San Juan. A blockhouse is a small defensive military fortification. It generally consists of a singular building in the center. Sometimes they have palisades around the perimeter as well as a moat. This is an illustration of what a blockhouse could potentially look like. Later, he returned to Santa Elena due to the threat of a French expedition. The destruction of Fort San Juan. With Juan Pardo in Santa Elena, the garrison attacked a Chiha village. So Juan Pardo returned to Fort San Juan and retrieved the garrison and brought them back to Fort San Juan. He later left the garrison with a total of 31 men. In the spring of 1568, a group of Native Americans laid siege to the fort. They killed every person of the garrison except for Juan de Badejos, who had been hiding. Under the cover of darkness, hiding during the day, he fled all the way back to Santa Elena. All traces of the fort had been covered for centuries. The local Native Americans had built mounds over the fort, and it had only recently been rediscovered in the past 20 years.